diversity and including all sorts of different groups with this are, after talking a little bit about what makes us excited, like all of the kind of problems we can solve with greater involvement for marginalised groups, we very quickly came on to fears. Basically, we kind of feel the big society with all the groups that we work with, it doesn't necessarily speak to people really. Even if you are engaged, like one of our participants here works with young people who are very engaged, but just wouldn't relate to something like big society. We talked about a lack of trust in public sector bodies in general. We talked about a fear of whether people want to participate in this. Do we all assume in this room what a great, idea that everyone will want to come up with ideas and share skills, but often with the groups that we work with who are marginalised and alienated to begin with, we talk about how important it is to make sure that those groups are brought in to participate. And Ade here came up with a nice analogy for it. I'm going to pass on to Ade.
I think that was like slightly overbuilt up. So essentially my analogy is about just thinking that the big society isn't actually ground zero, it's kind of first, second floor. And what we need in terms of kind of engaging with people who are marginalised is to build a scaffold for them to be able to get to the first level. So the ideas around mutuals, the ideas about everything else actually needs a scaffold for people to get to that level. And we need to think about the various kind of activities that they need, and those activities will come from their point of reference for marginalisation, so whether that's socioeconomic needs, whether that's because they're refugees and asylum seekers, but we need to think about polls that get people up to that stage, basically.
Thank you, Ali.